POV, you are being dry humped by 2 Scorch Beasts. G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied combat knife with 40% faster swing speed and +1 strength. We've looked at this before pre-patch, but how does it do post-patch? Now, the combat knife I do consider to be the best of the gladiator weapons, which is the one-handed melees. This one is of the fast variety, so you've got things that are in the same sort of class as it is a switchblade, which it is superior to, and the Bowie knife, which it is also superior to. There's a couple of new ones, including some sort of plasma thing, that plasma sword we got out of Steel Dawn. I think this is probably better because legendary effects help it out, and I'm not going to waste time trying to get the plans for that. No, 3% chance every day. I can see that that's a scam. Anyway, so yeah, 40% faster swing speed is going to be good because this thing swings fast enough already. We've also got martial artists to bolster that. The +1 strength giving us 102 damage. Keep in mind that we do have a full strength of 15, 4 from legendary strength, and all of my unyielding bits give me strength. So that gives me like a base strength of 29, which is fairly significant. And we're doing a base damage of 102, which is impressive considering I got 66 out of a minigun in Nerd Rage. Just a vampire's one though, not a bloodied one obviously, but again, bloodied is not doing anything as of now. Let's chuck on some of these gladiator perks, make sure we don't chuck on the wrong ones, and chuck on bloody mess too. It's not as good as it used to be, but I'll take the small damage boost that it gets because in the event of something that'd just be surviving my attacks, I might be able to just get the damage over the line with the use of bloody mess. Going for a sneak style here, I've got Enforcer for crippling Scorch Beast maybe, but if I want to stagger something that's shooting me, might be a good opportunity to use it there just to shoot them and immediately cripple something, incurring a stagger. Got Tenderizer as well, Nerd Rage, all of that, Radical as well, and all of those perks gave us an extra. How much damage is that? It's nothing. Okay, well, let's get into Nerd Rage. Okay, at Nerd Rage now, let's see if that 25 damage bonus has gotten better. It has gotten significantly better. That's better now, yes, we can work with that. Okay, welcome to the Pincushion Factory. The super mutants are the pincushions, but not yet. We have to chop them up and sort them out like that. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be using VATS. I'm going to stab them like this. That's 2 for 2 explosions on the opening attack so far. That's pretty good. You know, the final rank of that perk is 50%, which you know, I'm not far off that right now, but I am now tempted to do that because that's an extra X amount of damage on these guys, which means I can 2-shot them. When you're swinging that fast, well, 2-shotting them is fairly important. So yeah, might have to give a look at that perk and see what kind of damage I can get out of that if I get that all the way up. That's another Vampire's combat rifle. VE. That reminds me of my old Commodore, the one that I lost to a Hilux. I'll never forgive Hiluxes for being so strong. Got into danger for a second, didn't matter though because I immediately stabbed him and he blew up. Very nice. And with that adrenaline damage, which I haven't been keeping a close eye on, it's not a lot. I'm gonna be honest, that's not a lot. We were sitting at 217 before, Nev got 234. I mean, I guess you could make the argument that every point in damage counts, but when we used to get a multiplicative 60%, it seems kind of a joke these days. But hey, if you don't want to hear me complaining about the damage nerf, you can turn the video off now, because I can probably guarantee that more is coming. And if you don't like it, fuck off. It ain't that hard to comprehend, eh? So that reminds me of something that annoys me. Sometimes in this game, your hits don't actually work, so I think using VATS is a good way to counter that. Except for that time. The ping's gone a bit out, I think. Okay, let's continue this Assassin's Creed thing. I don't know, does Assassin's Creed run around and stab people with knives like this? Possibly, I don't know. Also, did we just double up on explosions on that fella? I was gonna ask whether it hit the guy on top, but it didn't. And we're back into hidden. These super mutants these days have Alzheimer's, and that's okay. And that's why we sneak. And if you're wondering why we sneak, that is why. Just get completely one-shotted by a dog. I don't know how much health I did have at that point. I wasn't looking, but yep. If you want to be successful with these builds, you got to sneak. Or you could use power armor instead. There we go, sweet revenge. And what I might do is just take a quick dip in this, and we're back into Nerd Rage, just like that. And then I'll soft lock. Give me a second here. Okay, now we're out of that nonsense. Let's get back into stabbing them. There we go. Don't think I can get away with, no, wrong one game. Yeah, fine, we'll just stab them like that then. I want to use VATS because Cleave, it used to be Cleave, it was for a bit and then it's not. Honestly, that's the best bonus ever. And a 40% chance to do it, you can count on that for damage. 40% chance, that's fairly reliable. And again, since I'm hitting them so fast, there's really no other way to use these now. Which means if you aren't running high agility on your melee builds, you really should. Oh, come on. I mean, if I can exit the VATS thing and just stab them, I don't think... If a single pixel, a single vertice on their model is blocked, VATS can't target. It's like, not there, bro. Check again. Nice. I guess VATS is running on Windows Vista operating systems. I apologize for my foul language, but I think that's just how it is. Also, that guy exploded. I guess it's when I killed him. Might want to get our AP back for a second here, because I have been using that quite a little bit. Of course, it is a lot easier to not use AP when VATS can't lock on for a target. I don't know how long it's been like this, but I certainly don't like it, that's for sure. And stab you with a power attack, follow it up with a couple of normal attacks, and now we've got to go sneaking again, because we seem to be under 10% health now. Maybe I'm used to Blitz? Don't know. 2 power attacks will do him in, but honestly, waste of AP for barely much any damage at all. Alright, we're done here. And lesson learned, never get shot, never get hit ever, just sneak. Sneak all the time. Okay, time to silent assassin these ghouls, and that was a Hitman reference. Well, there goes the silent bit. Keep tripping that explosion. Luckily, these ghouls are none the wiser to that. Most of them are still sleeping, which is helpful. There we go. Bit of suppressors, double barrel out of that. How nice. And some nice crowd control explosions, which apparently are enough to kill a gangrenous. Well, that's helpful, isn't it? Wow, this has been alright so far, hasn't it? Yes, I'm actually taking a real liking to the... What's it called? I'm going to say Cleave again, but it's not that. It's called Hack and Slash. Let's remember that now. Remember that now, brain. Hack and Slash. It's good shit. You can hear all the ghouls scream when I stab one and it explodes, so it's obviously outputting a lot of damage. I think Cleave was a fixed amount of damage back in the day, but then they nerfed it because it was too good or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention when they talked about the legendary perks, so I was just like, yeah, whatever, I'll figure it out when they come out. And apparently the ghouls are aggro at something. They probably found the deers outside, because, you know, that's what's killing them, the invisible deer. It's like a Wendigo. Back when Wendigos used to look like deers before Until Dawn changed them into, like, random feral ghouls. Speaking of Wendigos, do we have one in here? Not just a fat ass. Fuck me, he's a tough one, isn't he? I'm glad he didn't see me, despite, you know, being stabbed repeatedly in the same place without me moving. I swear I could hear something stomping around. Maybe there is Wendigos in the game, or in real life it's gonna kick my ass when I stop recording. Okay, so here's where it's going to open up a little bit. But that's okay, we can close the gap. We're a quick runner. This person's still playing the banjo. Give him a quick stab, or two of them even, and that seems to be alright. Now these guys are a little bit more worrying, because old mate over there has got himself a laser rifle, and that's going to eat my ass until the head caves in, so make sure we deal with him as quickly as possible. This guy is completely unaware. If I was playing Fallout 4 right now, I'd probably do the power attack secret like knife kill animations, but they got removed for Fallout 76, probably because it would create bugs. But we are going to be carrying 100% adrenaline, or 60% adrenaline, full adrenaline coming into this next fight, but that's okay because I've remembered I've got Enforcer and a shotgun and follow through, so this should be easy enough. Just gotta make sure he can't hit me at all. Wake him up. His torso was already down. We also took out his voice box there, and now he can't move at all. So we'll just keep on hitting him, like this. We'll eventually get him. That's probably about as efficient as it gets, and now he's got a broadsider on him. I'm not picking that up, mate. You can shove that where the sun don't shine. Maybe that's where it was. Okay, now to the crabs, and we learned a valuable lesson the other day. In fact, it was today. I'm recording this on the same day. That the Lurker Kings are not to be messed around with, but lucky for me, I've got Enforcer, and you don't have legs anymore. Sit down. There we go. It's probably just better off to kill him with a shotgun, because that was doing alright damage despite not having any perks in it. And, ooh, time to drink some water, I think. We got a little bit more rads than I would like at this point, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start shooting stuff. We've only got a 10-second window to get the follow-through bonus activated, but there's no reason not to play this conservatively, right? Also, my sprint button didn't work for a second, so that caused an issue. Okay, I've got 10 seconds of follow-through against these chumps. Oh, knife fight. I can do something like that. Look at me. I'm a lot better at him than it. See, I killed that guy. Well, an explosion happened, and then I died, so couldn't tell you what happened. He probably got me. And I think that just kind of proves a point. Every time I have died during this video, I haven't had sneak active, and obviously it's a great place to stab him in the shell. Yes, good thinking. Why didn't I think of that? Thanks, VATS. That's another Lurker with cloaking technology there. There's another Kang, so we've got to kick his ass before we get onto the Lurker Queen. And I'm not saying that because I'm simping for her, that's what the game calls her. So the game is simping for calling her a queen. Anyways, let's get behind him and stab him a little bit. That was satisfying, considering what other encounters I've had with him today. We'll toss that grenade, and then we'll do a little bit of sabotage of your legs. There goes one, there goes the other. And now we get behind it, where she can't huck her loogies, and stab her in the queen balls. I'm an expert on Lurks, and that's exactly what parts they have. It's a race against the radiation here. Come on. Should use VATS. I can't use VATS because the camera would immediately pull me out of it because I'm looking at it through water. VATS cameras are weird, man. Anyways, time for a right away this time. I'll do the right away this time. Also, the sun's coming out, so stealth is going to be hard now. So pray for Becca. Okay, one final test. Let's chuck some diluted Rad-X on, just in case. I think there's a Ghoul in there. There's Santa Claus again. We've got to go kill him before he causes any trouble. What else is in here? Oh, that feral Ghoul got his ass handed to him. That's good. And what is this? He had a mutant's Gatling laser. I hope I can carry that. Well, I can. That's helpful. Actually, I think I'm full on scripting this character, so that was pointless to pick up. Ah, well. Actually, no, I'm not. That's fine. Never mind. Yes, that'll go nicely. Alright. Looks like we've got a sentry bot. Word to the wise. Shoot everything they detected me because it's during the day. Alright, back into it. Let's find that fucking... Tell you what, these are some thirsty ass robots. There's the fusion core. I think I'd like to point out how, despite being unspec'd, I'm feeling that the shotgun is a particularly more potent weapon right now. And I've made my conclusions about what I think of the combat knife these days, and it's not very fun to use anymore. I'm very disappointed in this thing's performance. Sure, I was going pretty well earlier, because obviously I was sneaking and not taking all of that unnecessary damage, but he's going to land now, I think. Yes, he is. Let's get some extra health going here. Like, what is even happening right now? You tell me. And he's up again, and now I'm dead again. It's like you don't have the damage output to justify playing at such a low health these days that it makes this very unappealing, and it is. Melee has been completely destroyed in the nerf patch, and it hasn't gotten better at all. You could have made maybe you could have made an argument if you're a fuckwit that it was overpowered before it needed to be drawn back, but here's the thing, you don't have any range, and guess what happens when you don't have any range? You can't engage enemies from a safe distance, which means you're going to get shot a lot more than usual. So unless you have all of that good attacking power that you used to get out of melee, you're gonna have a bad time. There's some more crap for me to shove into a script machine. Very thankful for that. So if you're going to be using a knife like this, don't be at low health, unless you want to use sneak all the time, and if you're playing in a group, then bad luck for that, because no one has ever coordinated sneak that I've seen, that I've observed, so... And there goes me again. Notice how, when it was dark and I could sneak, it was fine, but now everything's just falling apart. This weapon is falling apart on me. I mean, not in the way that it's actually breaking. It's actually a very durable weapon, but that's beside the point. Its performance is what's falling apart, and look at these Scorch Beasts. They got bored with me, now they're picking fights with whatever the fuck's over there. Hello, may I have your attention, please? I'm an attention seeker, that's why I post videos on YouTube. Also, I'll pinch your guts, because that's extra glue. I'm actually over capacity now, or something's got to give, and that something is this. There we go. Alright, that Scorched Beast has decided to land in a zone where there's plenty of radiation. In fact, that's a double whammy. It's a coordinated attack strategy. Let's use what AP we've got left to attack this fellow. Or don't, because there's grass in the way. That definitely helps this weapon. The fact that it can't fucking work with VATS either. POV, you are being dry humped by 2 Scorch Beasts. You can't make this shit up. There goes one. Alright, VATS time, I suppose. Look at the damage output change when I open up with VATS. Maybe that perk is designed to make melee weapons viable, and you could probably do much better than I have exclusively using VATS, but not a lot of players want to do that. Sometimes they want to keep their VATS abilities for doing other things, or AP ability for sprinting around, because you got to close the distance, so you can't end up engaging too many targets, unless you chuck on some of those AP increasing or refresh bonuses. But yeah, melee these days is not all that interesting or fun anymore. I liked it better when you could one-shot kill everything. I know that's very controversial, and being overpowered in this game now means chucking on through hiker, but fuck me. These things used to be so much better. The game used to be much better when we could actually make a difference and, you know, kill stuff easily with these. And it's such a shame that we can't really use these to their full potential anymore, because, you know, that's content and playstyles of the game that aren't actually that great, and they'll be overlooked. And like I was talking about before, I found more success using the explosive shotgun completely unspec'd, and look at that, we get slightly better range out of it, and a fuck ton more damage. So, what the hell is going on here, Bethesda? You better fix this shit, or I'm gonna go to your house and kick your ass.